Hi everyone. So we're just waiting for our guest to just arrive. Okay, I see Sajeev is already here. So hi, my name is Patruni Shastri and I'm actually going ahead and presenting or trying to bring in together the Hyderabad drag community's three great pillars who have been working exclusively in multiple spectrum. And it's been long that we came and we spoke about drag and how exactly it's been happening within our city as well as in other spaces. So that is where I with some people from Hyderabad who are being a part of the wonderful drag community thought of coming together and sharing some word. So before I go there, before I go and call my invitees as of today, I just try to make something which is really new. Usually I cover my face a lot, but this time I thought of doing something with my own self. So I crafted this, and which was quite simple as well as quite easy as well. So I think that is something which I'm trying to put something on my face, apart from the material which I get. So without any ado, I do see Sajeev is there. Sajeev would be joining us today, followed by Kulon. Both of them are wonderful drag friends and have been working exclusively with the community of drag. So I'm quickly going ahead and inviting Sajeev.
Hi,
Sajeev.
hi Shastri.
What's up?
What's up? How are you?
I'm doing good, just going on. Thought of doing something this time with my face, but it was
Okay.
like too quick. It's easier to put on
Yeah.
things than going ahead and painting the face at all.
Okay. So, what's your ideology behind this attire, this drag
I
attire?
wanted to do something which is like a tribal look, and
Okay.
I never worked with paint, so just like painting something on the face. And I have a lot of
Okay.
stamps, small stamps which you can put it on the face. So that is what I have
Okay.
used to
I know. I know how you can. Yeah. I actually know how you make your resources useful. I know that. I have seen. Yeah.
yeah. Before I talk to you,
So,
let me just put my mask on.
do you have to do
Right.
that? I don't think so. I can spread
Not required.
coronavirus. Okay.
Yeah.
So. Hmm.
We'll be going
So.
ahead and actually talking about your journey with drag and how exactly it started, and also would be
Okay.
knowing more about like how did you start with drag. I would be asking you a lot of questions, so be prepared.
Okay. You didn't give me any questionnaire, right?
I have
No.
questions in front of me. I have 5 to 6 questions which I have today for you.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So let's start with how did you start drag and tell me the first initial approach which you find about drag and how exactly it went on from there.
hmm, okay. So I have done, like, I did this drag even before, for me, I don't know that, I'm doing drag.
Mhm.
So if you remember, like, one day I have done an act in Lamakan, right, for LGBT community. It's a queer carnival. So where I
Mhm.
got an opportunity to perform this drag, and then yeah, I took the stage. I did that, and later on, like when I came, after doing that performance, and of
Mhm.
course, I think yeah, it's you who said, like, this is what people called as drag. This, there is a
Mhm.
entire, broad spectrum of art which is called drag polke. So yeah, then I realized, I did my research and homework, and then yeah, I got to know, what drag is, and I'm shocked to know that, I'm doing drag already. So it's
Yeah.
it's it's not
Uh,
planned.
mhm. So I do remember the first time when you did that particular act. So I want you to tell us what is the idea behind that particular act, and because I think for the very first time I saw somebody performing in Hyderabad, going
Hmm.
ahead and presenting something in theatre, especially, and talking about
Okay.
issues which more of more of like monologue issues, which are more
Yeah.
required to the community as a whole.
Hmm.
So when did the idea strike in? And I still remember that was the day when you have performed in Namakan, and then they were the same went on and on for a couple of more
Yeah.
places as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just give
Exactly.
us what was the performance and what was the storyline behind it.
Okay. So I was actually juggling with the concepts to perform that day. So
Mhm.
I don't have time. Like, I just got a day. I guess, yeah, in a day or two, I have to decide to one concept, and I fixed to do an act, regarding transgenders.
Mhm.
Because I don't know why, but yeah, I felt like, this is my, like, responsibility to perform this act one or the other time. So I took an
Mhm.
initiative to, to do this act at first, and that is my first event for LGBT community. I have waited long for to say a year to perform for LGBT people, to my, to
Mhm.
the community. So I thought, like, I thought it's a good time to start, and I didn't plan anything. I just had a where me, your experiences, right? That day.
Yeah.
Even you watched me live. I was completely into the, like, into the people, like, I'm into the act. So that is my kickstart to do drag as well and to perform for LGBT community as well.
So in theater, majorly, whenever we talk about theater, like both majorly talking about Indian theater, like we have in Telangana, they have this rich culture of theater where the part or where the Stree Vesham is something which is quite celebrated. Like if an artist or
Mm.
a theater person, especially who are doing Telugu theater, performing or transcending into a different character, which is different from the body which we are seeking in. I think that has
Yeah.
always been given an upper space, and also somebody who does that is already got this. It's a kind of artistry which they carry. Now,
Mm.
as you are discussing that, how do you think drag became drama or theater? And what are your perspectives or what are your things, like what are your takeaways from theater which helped you in crafting the nation brand?
Yeah, okay. So I'll tell you, see, the moment when I decided to, to act, to come into acting, to pursue this as my passion, acting as my passion, I was like, I was damn, like, I was determined to do anything that comes my way. Like I was kind of a
Mhm.
person, who used to like to do all these kind of, say it a character or anything, when it comes to acting thing. So I say mostly 80% of the of the force and the drive and the support that came from me is from theater, from acting, and I started, doing theaters, to pursue a course in rather than to pursue a course in acting. I thought I'll do theater voluntarily. I learned something from the, from this app Bolke. So I started theater, and I even know that in my childhood, people enacting, dressing up as a women and doing these acts, but I never know that, it is drag. Like like 25 years ke baad I get to know that, this is what people called as drag. There is a separate art form called drag, and see the evolution itself of drag, like, it is from the theater. What do you think? You might be knowing that story as well, right? Yeah.
I
So
started because of theater is what I've read majorly,
mm,
irrespective of whether it's Indian theater or Western theater, but it was a part of you know a theater
yeah,
orientation.
yeah. So English theater, mein, they used to do this drag form, and yeah, they used to do, like, men used to wear, dress up as a, as a woman, and they used to enact these, characters, and they make it very lively, like, doing these characters. Men used to do that, because at that time people, women are not allowed to be on stage or to come out and, to do all these things, right? So within the limitations, men used to do this drag, and this somehow strike me. See, I never think of doing anything when it comes to drag, because I take acting, my acting, my theater as a, side stand, and I jump into the drag or whatever I do that. I feel like, it's my support always for me, theater, and for me doing drag, theater is my, biggest support, I can say. So yeah, I really like, I never, I don't feel, not doing, oh, this is too much. That we have shared a lot of ideas that I want to do this kind of a drag, and yeah, and the
Yeah,
moment
it's really wonderful.
we have,
I think when I shared the idea of drag, it's just like I still remember the first or the second day when we were having just this kind of a discussion, like, we should be doing drag or we should be doing a lot of events. And majorly, we were having discussions about performance art. And that's
yeah,
when the idea of drag came in as well. So it's been, a wonderful thought for all of us to learn and relearn, or take it
mm,
something from the theater, or take it something from the dance, and create our own niche. I see a lot of
yeah,
friends coming in. I see that Kamani is here. Hi, Kamani, and Benji is also here. Raghav is here. He's just left us a message, and thank you for this compliment. I know it's just draining. My entire face is draining. I don't know what exactly what happened.
hello,
So, sure.
I
So,
think
our
I have,
question I have is Sajeev. Okay, my audio is not coming.
how do I have to set this volume
Okay, is
రావట్లేదు.
it clear now?
Pathri, just a minute. సౌండ్ రావట్లేదు. హలో
Yeah. Are you able to hear me?
హలో పాత్రుని, హలో,
Yeah, you are able to hear me?
జస్ట్ ఎ మినిట్ పాత్రుని,
Yeah.
హలో.
Yeah, able to hear me?
Patri, just a minute. I'm using. Yeah. Just a minute.
Hi, Miss Benji. Thank you. Okay, I just stole all my jewelries of my mom. Even this one.
Hello.
Yeah. It's clear now? Hello? You able to hear me? I'm not able to hear you. Okay, let me just do one thing. I will just, okay, just got stuck. Thank you. There's a kind of inspiration which I thought of, doing it after a long time, and I always covered my face. I was so suffocated, and I thought of just getting out of that suffocation for a while. Sajid, what I would do is I would just reconnect with you. Will that be okay? Yeah, ఒక్కసారి కట్ చేసి మళ్ళీ వెనక్కి వస్తాయేమో. Your voice is not audible. You look like a combo of Krishna and clown. It was this part was Krishna and this part was clown. Okay, let me just get him back. We'll just wait for Sajeev to get back. Hi, Explore Mime. This guy is my roommate, by the way. No, I'm so suffocated with this pain. It's like I've never felt pain together. Yeah, so we're just giving a moment to Sajeev to join. In the meanwhile, if you have any questions for me, Sajeev or Kulon, who will be joining in the next 10 to 15 minutes, you can just have them ready. I actually wanted to paint myself as, what is her name? Forgot. this unibrow was something which was an inspiration of somebody else. Hi, Cologne. We'll just give it a quick moment for Sajeev to rejoin. Just give me one quick second. Okay, so while this is happening, if you have any questions or if you have anything, just let me know. Yeah, Frida Kahlo. Frida Kahlo. नाम ही नहीं हो रहा यार. How can I just go get into that zone of? It never works for me. I can't copy somebody else. Hello.
Yeah, Patrani. Hi.
Yeah, now you're audible and also visible.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm using these lights, Ray. I'll show you these lights. Look at these lights. We have a
If you
birthday
have
party to do.
body, I keep
Wow.
anything which is on my body.
I know. I actually planned some surprises, but I thought not to panic, my friends and all, so I didn't do anything. I thought of making it more sarcastic, this conversation, but yeah, it's going good. Let's continue.
Okay. So you talked about sarcasm and surprise and chaos, and the chaos is in. I understand how the hell are you?
No, see, I'm these days I'm watching this Rinku Devi Kapil Sharma show, which I never watch any Hindi series or any films, mostly because I don't know Hindi, but I can understand Hindi. So I was watching this Rinku Devi Kapil Sharma mein Sunil Grover. He is doing drag and it is really nice. It is
I know.
it is drag, right?
Yeah. So what exactly happened is like this, especially the people in comedy, Hindi comedy. I'm majorly stressing about. What they have done is they brought this kind of a culture which was really helpful for us to have a vocal voice. Especially Rinku Devi or Sunil Grover or Ali is one of them. Dadi.
Yeah.
So they actually went ahead and took the entire idea of drag and presented to the audience. However, I think that the drag is again inspired by something called as the auntie culture, which majority of the Indian drag is. Like they present as women, but not as it's just refined to only one particular section of drag. But there are no alternatives which are there on screen. Which are I think that is the next steps which we have to go ahead and put it across.
Okay.
I'm just coming back to your question, asking you a question now. So tell me, the very first time, I know that you are a dancer as well, and you said that. Tell me the first experience when you dressed up in drag. The very first experience. You might not know that is drag, but again, it was your really first experience when you wore something which was completely different, or what people call a stereotype, and then you performed something like that.
No, see, I don't know a classical dance attire, like the dressing and costume and makeup. That is a kind of a drag, right? But still, it's confined to a dance form ka attire me. It is in drag, right? What do you say? It is in drag. So excluding that, yeah. So I still remember, and it's so funny. You know what? I do have those pictures, and my friends do have those pictures. When I was in +12, I used to stay in a residential, in a boys' hostel. So it is January 1st. It's New Year's, New Year Eve that day. So it's a ritual, like every year, all the students, they gather and they celebrate this New Year. So that day, very recently I get to see that day. I was still juggling about the not the concept, and I say I want to dress up for a fashion show. They say anyways there's a fashion show going around, so I thought I'll take a chance and I'll perform. So I couldn't get a chance to do something which I want to, so I thought I'll make it something more extraordinary and extra too much, exaggerated बोल के. So, and that is a whole boys campus. And then I wanted to do एक this Vidya Balan Dirty Picture movie में she used to do a bit in a movie. ए अडरा अडरा नाक मुका बोल के एक bit है. She used to beat herself with that whip, right? So yeah, I'll do that बोल के I took I asked my dining hall में aunties रहता ना, like service people. So I asked a blouse from here. You don't even believe that it's so quick. In the afternoon I told her, I want your blouse and sari as well. So she gave me, and I dressed up like villagers. How these villagers used to dress up, old style villagers. I dressed up like that, and I did that, wearing a making up, wearing a lipstick and all, with a belt around my inside my cleavage, holding it inside my cleavage from my shoulder to the cleavage. So I was walking from the audience, entering the stage. People were they were actually putting this money, they're giving me money and they're putting it on the blouse. I had a blouse, I filled that, and you wouldn't believe, I filled those, the blouse space may I filled it up with underwears that we have. That is so weird, I know. That is the funniest part. Yeah.
Exactly.
So that is the first time I ever remember, and that's a really good experience for me as well. I still have those pictures which I can't post them on any social media. People wouldn't believe that it's me. Yeah.
So other
So that was
question
my
which I
first
have is
experience.
especially when it comes to theater background or theater in specific. Nowadays, we have all kinds of gender persons coming ahead and performing theater, and the scope of theater as well has been different. Like you have a lot of other kinds of theaters, like absurdism is one of them, or theater which is like French theater is one of them. So there are a lot of definitions of new kinds of theater which are there. So I think as this part is growing, as this is something which is evolving around. Do you think the integrators have to also relook into something which is more of a bringing drag elements to both
Yeah.
genders, and a character which can take care drag or which can have drag and present. So do you think that is really like that is something which we have to see it as well?
I mean, it is. It's really important for people doing drag in bringing that drag in theaters as well, because it's actually a break where people have mostly confined to these gender norms, like men shouldn't do that, girls should be like this, men shouldn't dress up as a girl and all bolke. But see, what I believe is what I always stand on for myself is like see, I want to act. Even if it's a whole theater group or anyone who is a part of a theater or who wants to act, they should have a passion where they have to do anything, for art, right? Anything. Of course, they might be having the limitations, but it should be neutral. There shouldn't be any prejudice or backbitching or anything, right? So people have that notion where this won't a particular character, if I do a particular character dressing up as a girl or something, I might not get chances bolke. It is so, but we really can't do that. Even I used to think twice and thrice a lot when I was about to do something of these kind, doing drag or something. I always want to make it very point out, clear cut to the audience what I'm actually doing and why I'm doing bolke. So for me as an individual actor, with all my passion, I'm exploring these art forms as well, because one time or the other, somewhere, this will definitely help me in my career, is what I believe. I'll never hesitate to do these kind of things anytime, because I'm just doing it for the sake of art, and that's my satisfaction. I love what I'm doing. People, when they think like, I'm not giving a statement. Why I do is what others, I can suggest them to take that stand and do these kind of things. So theaters should do this. Theaters are most welcoming these days. And one of our friend Harini, Harshini, right? Yeah, Harshini. She did that in a theater play. It's a really good initiative. We should congratulate, Aman for getting people into theaters. Yeah, there are a lot of people doing it, but there is no vast, widespread awareness about this, people about this thing. And see, theater itself isn't. You can't actually separate theater and films. Acting is acting, whether it's a theater acting or a film acting or any kind of acting. And acting is acting, right? So, yeah. So in people actually doing it in theaters, but just because that they might not be able to, get into films if they are confined, they are completely into one side of these characters or anything. It depends on in each individual, right? You have to balance your characters and what you're actually playing, what you want to do. It's up
Exactly.
to the individual artist. So it shouldn't come in a group level. It's a each person, each artist, each individual should know that they should come out and do this, and then others might do that. Others might or might not do that. I believe that each person should have that clarity, clear cut idea what they have to do and they want to do. So I can't say that theaters and films are same. Acting is acting anywhere. So see, it's very great thing that Vijay Sethupathi, he did drag in this Deluxe May. He did that, and yeah, Vikram did that, and Kamal Hassan sir, yeah, Kamal Hassan also did that. Many of the actors are doing this. And see Sunil Grover, I was completely shocked seeing Sunil Grover. I thought I could just be himself, doing a character like Sunil Grover what I mean, Kapil Sharma show. I love that. I can see there's nothing which is too much to take on and there's no mockery about anything. So he is doing
Exactly.
that, right? People should know that. People they never do that. They were mostly in a kind of a zone where guys should never do this. We might not get these roles. No, it isn't. Whatever
And
the role
I
it
think
might be,
opportunities
do
are
it.
also, yeah, opportunities is also coming because nobody is doing it in their own circle. Like unless and until
Yeah,
someone steps and someone does it, no,
yeah,
that's the major idea. So initially we had this Telugu theaters like Chintamani Natakam is something which was there,
yeah.
or any kind of Telugu theater. Where language was Telugu and people were comfortable.
Okay.
They were doing it. Nowadays nobody are even interested who to know it, like at least like the traditional artists or who have been doing it. There are hardly any traditional youngsters going ahead and learning any kind of those kind of dramas, like Chintamani is one of them, or Harishchandra Natakam is one of them. These are like there in the parts of the Telugu literature, but nobody is trying to bring it back. And
Bring it
there
back. Yeah.
you know I can say a lot of elements of drag which were involved in it. So as this went on, as this went sideline, and the commercial, it's a commercial theatre or commercial movies came in, uh, which actually made it in certain way that which I think there was a period of time when this movies like Madam is one. There was one more movie
Yeah.
by Naresh. Where there was a comedy. Both of them were comedy, but both of them were drag. But
Yeah.
after this particular time, after this, they just bought the comedy element and they just left it. But the people who came after that, they made a mockery out of it, and that's one of the
Yeah.
reason why the setup of mind became in a certain way that we're not aware about the elements of drag. But certainly, the more we bring in, the more the performers are visible in public, or they have it in TV or any other spaces, even theatre is one of them. So I think that's when they would understand it far more better way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I really want to thank Miss Benji and you as well for doing this All About Mika first event. And
I
Patruni are like,
actually I thank Miss Benji. The major thing is like firstly, I still remember the first time when she asked like what should we do, and I said, let's just go and do it. And then she actually went ahead and did all the editing part of it, and she was also constantly connecting with the people and guiding them with information and all that stuff.
yeah,
So
exactly.
bringing again different kinds of people on board. So it's like one of the event where around three people from Hyderabad have been a part of it, and all of
Yeah,
us are coming from viewer perspective. So I think
true,
that is
true.
something which is really you know I personally thank you for doing for bringing that, and I wish there's a second season which is coming up, and still we will
Oh,
be going ahead working with you.
wow. Because see, I'll tell you one thing. Even if I used to drag, since a year I'm doing this drag thing. But with
Hmm.
this event, look at these people. They're doing an amazing job. Like everybody is like, they're completely into this art form and they're doing a lot. And it's such a great inspiration, Partner. I have to say, I actually put this point in my mind to talk about this in this live. I really want to, thank everybody. They're such inspiration, yeah. Like people don't know that, it. I can see it's a different world, different level where people are actually thriving to bring an art form, and they're actually doing something for the art form, right? And yeah, I thank
Exactly.
everybody who is watching this, all about me, all my friends, all my drag queens and drag kings, everybody. I love you all. Thank you so much. You are such a huge support for me for doing this drag, and it's even individually, I learned a lot from these people. Such a
That's
great
really
thing for me
wonderful.
to do this. Yeah, thank you so much, Patani, for that too.
So yeah, with that thanking
Uh,
note, I think I have my questions done, and if you guys have any questions for Sajeev, you can just post it as soon as possible. Apart from Aniket, he's been texting too much on my WhatsApp.
yeah, add me. Hey, hi, Aniket. Hi, hi, Aniket.
Great. So I believe Kulon is there on the call because yeah, thank God.
Let's get a handshake or something. Ask Cologne to wave.
No, I see
Hi.
Kulon is there.
Oh, okay, okay. Hmm.
Maturni English visa. Kulon is an English word.
Okay.
So thank you
Is
very
she?
much, Sajeev, for being with me today and sharing this entire journey. I hope you had a good time as well, and I hope that I didn't scare you with my makeup.
No, no, that is really nice talking to you, Pathini. I actually want to talk much and more about this drug. Yeah, we'll do some more sessions as well. I even want to dress up and come and do something. Let's plan it soon. It's very like quick. Actually, we decided to do this event today.
It was just
So
one day. The day was just one day.
yeah, yeah, just one day, right? Yeah. So now, I have my friend's birthday and I have to make brownies. You know what brownies I'm going to make, right?
Uh,
Yeah, I'm making this chocolate brownies, special chocolate
this is
brownies.
not good. This is not good on your part.
Nothing
This is
can
not good.
stop. Nothing can stop bachelors. Oh yeah,
This
we're
is
really having a lot of fun. I have to
because
go. I
whenever I'm not there in Hyderabad or whenever I'm not have whenever I'm stuck somewhere, that's when you guys do this.
Hey, I'm making a brownie to all my friends. To all, it's a jealous brownie. Jealous project ki tara like it's a jealous brownie. People, please
Walk into the
please
space
get
where
jealous.
he is.
Okay then. I think Colon
Great.
is
Thank you
waiting.
so much.
Colon, just yeah. Bye bye then.
Thank you.
Thank
Have
you
a
so much, Padmi. Yeah.
So that was Sajeev, and then we have our next wonderful guest over here. If you guys don't know who Cologne is, then I think you should go and check or stalk her out on Instagram because if you're missing Cologne, you're missing a lot of things. And she's just about to hit the screen.
Hello.
Hi, Cologne, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you see me?
I'm not able to see you.
You better see me.
Yeah, I think it's just na 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 na. Well, let me just minimize and come back. No. So Aniket, are you able to see her?
Can you see all of this? All of this. Take it all in.
It's just getting black over here. I'm not able to see anything. Let me just give it 1 quick second. No. Let me just add you back, Kulon. Give me 1 quick second here.
Go for it.
So we are just waiting for Kulon to join us. Wow!
Hi.
Wow!
Can you
You
see
know,
all of it?
yeah, you always do this with me. I expect another image and then it shuffles up into something else. This looks, so impressive.
Oh, thanks. I had nothing.
I know nothing.
I had nothing. This is all personification of my desperation and wasteful
This
life. So here it is. Gag on it.
so this is actually just come front to the camera, a bit front. Each and every time I see Kulon, she does some different kind of magic. I don't know what exactly she does. Always, brings that different kind of persona out of it. And tell me more about what did you do? I did try to paint. It was just like shit which happened on my face.
You know, the one which you were talking about some time back, that the lady Frida Kahlo, I really love her. I really love her works. Like she's such a great artist. I've seen her work, I've seen her husband's work, and like I've seen a lot of things. So I really love her. And when you were talking about it, I could really see that this is such a Frida Kahlo thing.
Hello. 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 Yeah. It just got stuck for a while. I don't know where did it go. Wow. You're looking like a Indian Barbie doll.
Oh my God. I I thank you so much. I felt my fantasy of from this girl from Rajasthan and Gujarat and a lot of
We
places
have this
combined together
Kathputli,
with a lot of Indian colors.
we have this kind of Kathputlis which we have, like these small dolls,
Yeah.
which has this,
Yeah. Look at
you know,
this. This is such a doll related
just
thing.
gives these, yeah, it just gives that effect, and you have done something on the neck as well, which even adds up to
Yeah.
that.
So this is
You
just
are
a
an,
little.
you create a lot of illusion with your makeup, and I have seen from the very first day when you just walked into the event where from that day and from today, I see that each and every time you come, you bring that passion into what you do, and it's so much of dedication to the art, which I think is really needed for any kind of artist, irrespective of whether it's a drag, dance, theater, or whatever. Yeah. So
Yeah.
let me
I
ask
don't.
you a few questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just took this off. It's taking too much of space in my neck. I have to
Take
show my
it all
double
off.
chin. Yeah. So the first question which I have to you is like, tell me, what was your journey through drag, and how did you start your drag initially, and what went in your mind when you were doing it?
Yeah. So drag for me goes a really long way. I don't even remember that I knew there is something called drag. I never knew that. So, but I always knew that this is something I find really pretty, and if I try, I can look really pretty. I felt that all the time, like just being into that clothes and everything like that. So I always felt really pretty, but I wanted to go for it, and I just wanted to experience it for once. So slowly, I, uh, wanted to venture into this thing and see how this thing goes for myself. And it wasn't easy at the starting because I never thought that I would actually do it. But I think the courage and the what should I say, that dare in me which came. I think it was just because I saw so many artists who were actually, just being themselves. And later on, I just realized that if you have to be yourself, you have to, take on chances and you have to do things. It's not easy to do things, but there's nothing easy. So you just gotta go for it. As long as it makes you happy, as long as it makes you satisfied for the day, and you can sleep at night, it's like, okay, I did something which I really wanted, and something which I stand for, something which I feel good about, and something which I always wanted to do. So that's what has always, made me go forward with it. And DragCon, to do it in front of, So that was the first day I just came in with some of my things, and I was like, are you guys changing? Come in. Like, let me just show me where you guys changing, so I'll also do it. So, for me, it was like that. You guys were nice enough to do that. Otherwise, I would have changed in front of everyone right there. I mean, that would have been a little different. But I would have done that. I mean, it has been really close to me. But yeah, so that it's like I'm little new in this. As when I see the things which I have done outside, but in my heart, I think I'm what should I say? I'm a vintage queen in my heart, because it's like I've been doing it for years, girl, and inside me, I I am even nominated for an Emmy inside my mind.
Wow. You each and every time you come, you just go out and slay each and everybody who's there on stage. I still remember when we were having that. I was doing this. I was just wearing something on that day, on the drag con day, and all of a sudden I see this person coming ahead and asking for room change. She goes into the room and comes out as this wonderful glam queen, which was like, oh goodness, what was it? So that was the very first time I saw you. Which was like, it gave different kinds of persona. It has everything. It has glamour, it has persona, it has the charm, which are some of the very interesting, I think, required things for any kind of a drag performer. And the best part is, like, I still remember, I think that was your second performance as a drag performer in this place where we both were performing on the same day. And I got the video. I haven't seen your performance, but I saw your video.
Okay.
Yeah, are you able to see me? Yeah,
I can see you. I can see all of it, all the
so
colors.
so we were doing this performance, and I got to see that, the same day both of us got injured. Like, you fell off and I got injured. And then I was going back home and I was like, you fell off on that day. I got the video, which I was looking into. And people didn't realize there was something happened. You just, you had that charm which you did, and you came back and you were standing there as if, you're just there to take off the world. So I think that was the kind of charm which was really interesting, and which I haven't seen anybody, with that amount of passion for drag. And I think that is something which makes you a part, aligned, yourself aligned to the art form itself. Hello.
Yeah. For me, a lot of like, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but
Hello.
the video got stuck. Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
You know.
I think let me just re-add you once. Let me just
Okay.
re-add you once. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Hello.
video got stuck. Yeah, now it's clear. Now it's moving.
Okay. So for me, I never thought that I have any chances, and never thought that I have any option in which if for me, I never thought it as an option that I can fuck up my performance on a stage. I never thought that this is an option for me, and I can never compromise with my performance. And for me, if I fuck up, like if I fuck up, or during a performance, if I get tired, it happens a lot with me. Okay, that I get tired in between a performance, and when I'm performing, and my thing will be like, oh God, I don't know what to do. But for me, I just go even harder, because I don't think that's something which I have to do. I cannot allow myself to fuck up a performance. I don't know. Including me. It's been really something which I'm really proud of whenever I do it, I perform, and and when I'm on stage, I and the me or not happen the way I want it to happen when I'm doing at least a solo performance, which I do usually. And can you hear me?
I think it just got stuck. I'm able to hear you, but the video is still there.
Okay.
So my video is clear on your side, right?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, I think it's just loading or something is happening. Hello.
Hello.
Let me just do one thing. Let me just re-add you once. I think the video got stuck.
Okay. You can see?
Yeah, I'm able to see.
Okay. So during this one of my performance in Giggle Waters, if you remember, there was some guy who was coming in between my performance, in between the shifting of the songs, who deliberately was coming in. And this is something which I don't allow myself to do that. Like I could never in my world would allow anybody to do that. He came in between performance and he was taking probably his boyfriend or someone, he was taking it through stage. And I was like, bitch, you shouldn't have done that. You can do anything right now, but this is something you shouldn't have done that. I went there, I put my hand on his face, and I just pushed him away till he went out of that place where I was performing. After that, nobody
I
came
think
in
the
between
best
the
part is
stage.
like kicking their butts off. Whenever somebody's coming, just do a kick and then, you're just kicking their butts off. I do that. Unless and until they throw bottles on me.
I mean, like, I
Yeah.
felt it was necessary, and I was super pissed in between my performance. And my song was still playing, bitch. I was still lip syncing while I was throwing him out. So a bitch did not lose the words. My words were still on my mouth. That's the reality.
I think that is, yeah, I think beauty.
Yeah, so this way drag is really important to me.
Exactly. So, tell me something majorly about the like because you are right now in Delhi and you have been to Hyderabad. So, what is the scene, or what do you see, especially after the lockdown? And we have connected, and you had opportunities to perform in multiple, spaces as well, or different avenues as well, online. So, tell me one thing which you see that is something which is a kind of a learning for you,
Your voice
especially
is
seeing
breaking,
vivid.
Shastri. Your voice is breaking actually.
It's breaking. Okay, give me one quick second. Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, now you're clear.
Okay. Yeah, what were you asking?
Yeah. So, as you have been performing in multiple spaces as well as multiple avenues, tell me one kind of a learning which you have seen or learned from somebody who is performing, outside, outside Hyderabad, or outside people whom we know personally, which helped you in understanding, the aspects of drag.
Okay. So the first thing which I have realized is that, it's a lot of people say that, and a lot of people say that I follow this thing and I'm really into this and I believe by this. But I really feel that, a person, or at least a drag artist, should not take themselves so seriously. you know
Hmm.
Taking yourself seriously, take your drag seriously, but don't take yourself seriously as such, because
Exactly.
a lot
Hmm.
of things don't really matter. There are really less things which matter. Like, a few things are there which actually matters to each and everyone, but there, like,
Hmm.
90% of the things don't really matter. And don't waste your energy on those kind of things, because you need to put your energy in more productive things for you, for your drag, or whatever you are trying to do, or whatever endeavor you are going to pursue. It's really important for you to, save up your energy for the better things, and not just, use these stupid, there are really stupid things going on. There are, like, internet trolls. There are a lot of hate going on the internet. And more than that, there are sometimes things like you are jealous about something, or you feel guilty about something. These kind of things are there, and you need to, I feel that personally, you need to come out of thinking, especially overthinking. A lot of people overthink a lot, especially me. I overthink like all the time. 90% of my day is overthinking. If you ask me what I'm
Hmm.
doing, I'm overthinking. So
Hmm.
that's how my day goes usually. So I am trying my best to keep myself telling myself that, what, it's not worth it. You are supposed to put your energy in something productive, and that
Hmm.
really helps. And tell yourself, stop overthinking it, because it's not gonna help it. Which you gotta work like a hustler.
Exactly.
You're a hustler. At the end of the day, you need to hustle. If you ain't about that hustle, girl, I don't know what you about. That's
Hmm.
what I gotta say.
I think that's really wonderful, to I think especially, like drag again speaks about itself, and what any artist has to be alert. We get a kind of an opportunity. It's right over there. That there is an opportunity. We have to just hold it on and perform or present ourselves. And this is really important to look out or have an understanding of the idea of people, how exactly they're performing, and having an awareness, irrespective of if it's any art form. They have to have an awareness about what exactly is happening, what is the scene which is happening. And so that's really brilliantly put on. My next question to you is, do you think, especially when it comes to drag, because we have multiple styles of drag, or multiple ways of each and everybody seeing art form in a different way. Do you think that there is any kind of a bias whenever somebody is performing or coming from one particular sect or one particular privilege? Is there any kind of a bias which you might have felt, or if you have seen something which is like, okay, why exactly, only a certain people are always being put up, or they've been given more attention than that of the people who are not a part of, like not given attention on an overall basis. So do you think there's any kind of a bias? And if you think so, what would be the best way of curtailing that?
See, if we are talking about bias, then I feel bias is everywhere. If you put two things in front of you, you will do bias in between them. That doesn't matter what two things are there. Okay, so first of all, sometime back we knew this one of our queens from London. She Asifa, right? Asifa was was talking about this bias which is happening. There was some there was some organization which was not putting out there that there are people of color, drag queens of color, who are at the top and who perform like that, and they haven't been put up like that. They haven't been showcased to the worldwide audience like that. She was talking about that thing. So we can see that white probably white queens compared to queens of color, this is a one bias. At the same time, which I have also seen, that people like alternative drag are sometimes given lesser recognition or lesser importance compared to if somebody is ultra feminine or ultra fishy, all these kind of things. And especially if that person is fair skinned, that is there because you cannot help it. That's there because still if you see, a lot of people want to go for a fair skinned girl, because the drag usually started with dressing as girl. Now you can dress as anyone because now it's been evolving, and it will be ever evolving. But it's always been that kind of fantasy for, doesn't matter how a guy looks, a girl has to be like, I'm just talking about the straight relationship which has been put on in mainstream so much all the time. So doesn't matter how a guy is, a girl has to be fair skinned. So this has gone to the drag community also, because this, at the end of the day, you started like you want to look like a girl. So that's how it is. And if somebody is whiter skin or fair skin, they would for sure be given a little bit higher preference, and you might not even know it that you are doing it. So that is a problem which is deep inside us. We cannot help it. The only thing is that we have to be a little conscious about it whenever we are saying something or we are doing any action. The only thing we can do is be conscious about it. Okay, that's the only thing I feel we can do. So bias is everywhere. The only thing is that you have to keep on fighting these kind of biases. For me, something which is biased, there are some people, for them it would not be a bias. There would be completely opposite. For example, just like that, we talked about these white looking queens, these fair skin queens with the alternative drag. Like